What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports. I'm about to cover that last edition about the Lakers all season, what they should do. This is my last but not least, and this is covering the Lakers all season free agency. Who realistically they should target, and don't judge this list. I'm going from point guards to centers, and this is realistically who should we target it. Now, as we all know, the big free agents already told us respectively they don't want to come to us. That includes Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, and Hassan Whiteside. Now, I'm covering who can we realistically get. Now let's get to it. Let's start at point guard. I just want everybody to notice that I'm thinking about realistic names here and people we can get. Also, I'm looking at veterans. These are who I think who will work with the Lakers young core, because when you look at it, we have a great young core. D'Angelo Russell at point guard, Jordan Clarkson at shooting guard, Brandon Ingram at small forward, Julius Randle at power forward. The only major question mark is center, and I'll get to that later. Now let's go to point guards. Now when you think about the guard position, yes, I said guard. The guard position, most of the minutes will be covered by D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, and Lou Williams. Now, here's the top 5 point guards I think we should go after. Deron Williams. I always liked Deron Williams because at one point he was second best point guard in the NBA until he went to the Brooklyn Nets. But he had a pretty decent season with Dallas. He always played solid, and I think he would be pretty good with the Lakers at age 31. Next on my list is Greivis Vasquez. This point guard is a straight up baller. He's not young. He's a straight up baller at 6'6", 220 pounds. I've been a fan of this guy since he was at the University of Maryland, and this guy has always been one of the most underrated players in the NBA. And I know he had a foot injury in the past, but I think he will help our team out. Next is Jerryd Bayless. He shot a career high 43% from three-point land, and I think in the Luke Walton system that he's going to bring from Golden State, I think that would be a major help to us. And I think he's in his late 20s. Also on the list is Tyler Johnson at 6'4", 185 pounds. He brings decent size to the point guard position. Also, I think he also had a great season with the Miami Heat, surprisingly, and I think he'd be a good acquisition for the Lakers. Number 5 is Aaron Brooks. I always was a fan of his game since he was at the University of Oregon, believe it or not, and I think he'd be a good addition with the Lakers. Next is shooting guard. Number 1 on our list is a former Laker, Kent Bazemore. Now, a couple years ago when we had Kent Bazemore, I wanted to keep him, but unfortunately the Lakers was waiting for Carmelo Anthony at the time, which would have been a huge mistake for the Lakers to sign. Thank God we didn't get him, and we let Kent Bazemore go to Atlanta, and that's been a big regret for Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss ever since. So hopefully we can get Kent Bazemore back. Number 2 is Courtney Lee. I've been a fan of his game since the NBA Finals in 2009 when we played the Orlando Magic, when we beat the Dwight Howard, and he can shoot 3 and he can defend pretty decently, and I think he's a veteran presence that we can realistically get. Number 3 is Aaron Aflalo. As a lifelong UCLA Bruins fan, he's always been a tough competitor, and he's from Compton. I'm from South Central Los Angeles, a native, and Aaron Aflalo has good size at 6'5", 220 pounds. He can defend and he can shoot decently, and I think he'll be a good veteran presence for the Lakers. Number 4 is Lance Stephenson. At age 25, he still has plenty of upside in the NBA. I mean, he's a tough defender. He's competitive, and he's strong at 6'5", 230 pounds. The only thing is that he's a bit of a head case. But I think with Luke Walton as our head coach, and the Lakers system, and with Brian Shaw as our lead assistant, I think he should improve. Last but not least is Wayne Ellington. 2 years ago when Wayne Ellington played for the Lakers, he shot pretty decently from 3 and he defended pretty decently. And that's what we need, is shooters in the Luke Walton system, and has a 3-point shooter he could fit really well. Next is small forward. And our number one small forward target, since we won't get Kevin Durant or LeBron James, they won't even meet with us. But I'm not going to get into that. Is Nicolas Batum at 6'8", 200 pounds. He's from France. I remember 6-7 years ago when he was being drafted that I wish the Lakers would have got him. And Nicolas Batum can play three positions: point guard, small forward, and shooting guard. And since he's a point forward, and we're moving into the era of positionless basketball, I think he would be perfect for the Lakers. And I think he should be a number one small forward target. Instead of this gentleman I'm going to bring up is Chandler Parsons at 6'10", 230 pounds. While I was always a fan of Chandler Parsons and his shooting ability when he was with the Rockets, unfortunately he has a bad knee when he had microfracture surgery, and I think he's a bit of a risk, and he wants near max money, and I don't want to overpay for him. If we're going to overpay for somebody, it should be Nicolas Batum. Next is Marvin Williams. He's a solid veteran. He shouldn't ask for too much money, and he has good size at 6'9", 240 pounds, and he can play both four positions. Next is Alec Crabbe. He's a decent three-point shooter at 6'6", 210 pounds. He can play both the shooting guard and the small forward position, and I think he'd be a good acquisition. And last but not least, at small forward is Tayshaun Prince. Since the Lakers are such a young team, we can use a veteran presence with the Lakers, and I think Tayshaun Prince would love the opportunity to finish his career where he grew up in Southern California. And he would be a great mentor for Anthony Brown and Brandon Ingram, especially Brandon Ingram, since they both have the same body type. And also, I think Tayshaun Prince can teach these boys how to play defense in the NBA today. Next is power forward. Let me turn my page real quick. Yes, I wrote notes. Number one on my power forward list is Ryan Anderson. Typical stretch forward at 6'10", 240 pounds. Can shoot the three real well. Underrated rebounder. I think he would be a fine addition to the Lakers. Next is a Laker holdover. If you checked out my first video, I wish we can bring this guy back. I don't know if he's tired of going into young teams that's using him for veteran leadership and toughness. And the guy I'm talking about is Brandon Bass. A bit undersized at 6'8", but he has some strong games for the Lakers. And overall, I like his game. I mean, I like his hustle. He can shoot decently. He can rebound decently. He was one of the few bright spots of the Lakers last season, and I like to see him get one more chance. Next, number 3 on the power forward list is Derek Williams. At 6'8", 240 pounds, I remember him coming out of the University of Arizona. He's a bit of a tweener, and I'm glad he had a strong season with the New York Knicks because he can shoot from the outside, rebound well, very athletic at 6'8", 240 pounds, can play both positions, and he's perfect for Luke Walton's system. Next is James McAdoo at 6'9", 240 pounds. Just a young talent. Nothing more, nothing less. Number 5 on the power forward list is Steve Novak. He's a pretty good three-point shooter, add veteran presence, nothing more, nothing less. Last but not least, I'm going to bring up center. Now, since Hassan Whiteside is leaning towards Dallas, Portland, and Miami, we should just forget about him and cross out the list. We should not chase free agents that do not want to be here. We should only chase free agents we should realistically get, and that's veteran free agents. And number 1 on the list is a young guy, is Bismack Biyombo at 6'9", 240 pounds. He's 23 years old. He's young enough to fit with the young core. The only problem is he's a bit young, unproven, and he only had one good playoff series. Is he worth $17.5 million? I don't know, but that's for Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss to decide. Next is Maurice Spleets. Very underrated player, can shoot the 3, can shoot from deep 2, and I think we should go after him as well. And number 3, notice I only picked 3 true centers, is Myers Leonard. He's a young guy at 23 years of age, 7'1", 245 pounds, can shoot, and also he's still young, can improve, and I think he averaged 50, 40, and 90 at one point, even though he didn't have enough shooting attempts to qualify, and I just think he could be a good addition. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Free agency starts less than 20 minutes from now. It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports, and I'm out. Peace. You have a good night.